basketball isn't easy. All my life, I've been striving to make myself better. It's a full-time commitment. To be the best, you have to work the hardest. You have to chase what seems impossible over and over and over again. Because giving up is not an option. And when you feel like you've reached your limit, it's only the beginning. That's when it's time to dig deep, to find the courage to push some more. Because if you got the drive, the discipline, and the resolve to do what it takes to make yourself great, then the rewards are endless.
Time changes, new faces, old best friends, new strangers, new watch just to keep up with the paces, new game plan off the new places. I got a feeling I could win this race. I found my pace. The only thing that you could do for me is please stay about my way. Don't come around my way unless you got something to pay. I'm trying to find a place where I can free my mind. Ain't no need for crying. I ain't worried about losing. Focused on winning. God forgive me for my sinning, but this is the beginning. I pray to God that I don't. I got a paragraph in case somebody wanna listen. Yeah, sometimes I wish that I had wings so I could fly away. And all you haters talk. But then I think, what if I die today? Well, if I gotta go, make it right away. Yeah, cause I don't wanna live dying. But if I gotta go, I'd rather die just trying.
Yeah, I'm here for the long run. The long run. Only just because. Still nothing new but the money. Still nothing new but the money. Only just because.
Yeah.
welcome. I'm Damon Bruce. Good to have you along for the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Miami Heat. And now we send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew. I'll see you at the half.
Florida. That is our setting as you look at the lovely sunset view of downtown Miami. The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan here with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. A quick check now at the starting lineups for both teams. First for the Spurs, Parker and Danny Green are your 1 and your 2. And in the middle, out of Brazil, taken with the 28th pick back in 2008, the 6'11" pivot man, Thiago Splitter. Then there's Kawhi Leonard, and it's Duncan in at the 4 slot. And then for the Miami Heat, Chalmers and D-Wade are the guards. And playing at the 5, the always versatile 6'11" star big man, able to score inside and out, Chris Bosh. And it's LeBron James, and it's Haslam in at the power forward.
You know, when something works for you, you stay with it. The Heat saw after the 2012 finals that small ball was very effective for them. You can see why they chose to do that, given how hard it is to find a power forward that can match up with LeBron. Makes good sense.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. Parker passes to Splitter. He kicks it to Green. Makes the lead pass. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And mismatches really are what make an NBA offense go at times. Not only can Miami overpower you, Steve, you know, with their sheer talent at times, but if you're trying to guard a perimeter player with a big, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, some people still see small ball as a gimmick, but, you know, for Miami, it's different because you've got LeBron James playing the power forward. So it's not really small ball. He can rebound, he can defend, he can do everything. And so the Heat become a nightmare to guard at the other end, and you can rarely take advantage of them offensively.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Here's Wade. Gets it to go from 18 feet away.
You know, that's one way he can finish, but not the only way. He's got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. One thing with Wade that doesn't seem to be going away is his quickness off the dribble. He still has that devastating crossover. He may not be able to do it every night, but there are nights when he just looks like he's right in his prime.
LeBron with it. Now guarded by Splitter. And Haslam kicks to Wade. Feeds it to LeBron. 6 to shoot. Hits the bucket. And Wade has a number of elusive moves, Clark, getting into the lane. He can hit the spin, the Euro step, which I love, by the way.
Yeah.
And the windmill crossover.
He's got it all. I mean, he's figured out how to get to that bucket. And I think the crossover is probably his custom move. Just as he changes directions, he swings the ball quickly over his head to the other side, avoiding the rip. And he makes it look so natural, you might think nothing of it, but youngsters around the league, go to school on that one. That's a heck of a move.
Here's Wade following the score by Tony Parker. Bosh heads the pick for Wade. And Haslam kicks to LeBron. LeBron left side. Rejected by Leonard. And he recovers it. On defense, Miami. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
No, Well, a short time ago, I had a chance to catch up with Greg Popovich. There are a lot of big names to deal with in this one, but perhaps none bigger than LeBron James. He told me planning for LeBron is a headache because he can do so much on the floor, saying there isn't a hole in his game. The only real way to slow him down is to get him working against himself. Physically, there is no answer for LeBron.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. The Spurs shooting their third free throw attempt of the game. The free throw drops for Leonard.
You know, I thought San Antonio really was an outstanding team. Fun to watch, excellent at both ends of the floor. But one statistical thing that stood out was they defended at a high level without committing a lot of fouls. That takes discipline and smarts.
Now here's LeBron. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Soft touch off the glass.
I tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
San Antonio leading. Clark, as you said about that Spurs team, just a team that does not foul very often. Doesn't give away 3 points. And, Steve, they led the league in fewest fouls last season.
Well, that's part of Greg Popovich's mantra. You know, don't give up anything easy. You can't guard a free throw, obviously. You can't guard a fast break. So important for the Spurs to avoid fouls and take care of the basketball and be efficient offensively, and that helps their D. How about this? They're shooting 80% so far. I know it's early, but offensively, they look great.
Leonard dishes to Duncan. He passes to Green. Kicks it to Parker. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Well, his body control is what I notice. I think that jumps off the page when you watch him play, even with a defender draped all over him. He's able to find a way to get to the rim and get the shot to go in.
And also, he's one of those guys who can cover 94 feet in the blink of an eye and often does, with or without help on the break.
James. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
You know, Heat head coach Eric Spoelstra worked his way up from the very bottom in that organization. I mean, he got his start as a video coordinator, and through years of hard work and dedication has really become an outstanding coach.
Here's Duncan. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Clark, a lot of give and take between these sides early.
Kevin, how about 6 lead changes in this half already?
Yeah, good one here. Guys, this is going to be fun to watch. 2 evenly matched teams, both teams playing hard.
Wade, guarded by Green. Fade away, and another basket for Miami. And back to Coach Eric Spoelstra as a guy who got his start as a video coordinator, picking the game apart. Steve, he's very comfortable with the new advanced stat movement, analytics in the NBA.
Yeah, and I've had a chance to speak with him quite a bit. He says that the way they use advanced stats is just as a conversation piece in the coaching room. Their analytics department will bring them various information, and it will force them to ask questions, which is very healthy for a coaching staff to do.
You know, if there was no salary cap, no max contract in the NBA, you'd have to wonder what LeBron James would command for his salary. I mean, he clearly is worth more than the maximum you can pay him because he's so far ahead of everybody else in the league in terms of talent. I think Kevin Durant is probably the only one who comes close to him in terms of a guy of that size and that ability.
And going back to the topic of max contracts, if those were higher relative to the cap, it might be harder to assemble the big 3 star trios we, for instance, see in Miami.
And, Kevin, I think that's where we're heading with the new CBA. It's going to be more and more difficult to put 3 max guys together. And so teams are kind of working their way through this new CBA, trying to figure out how they're going to structure their payrolls going forward.
Now, here's Dion. Green with the ball. The dish to Leonard. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by Dwayne Wade. The Heat with the lead. There's the block. Now, here's Green. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Duncan misses.
And it is very dangerous to leave him open like that. Lucky break for the defense that he missed it.
Wade kicks to Battier. LeBron outside. Braun right side. Rebound by Parker. Pass to Chalmers. Back to Bosch. Another shot. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And the Heat lead by 4.
They're earning their points with the jump shot now.
Yeah, 6 of their last 10 points coming in that in-between range.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. The Spurs making a switch here. Honors checked in. Here's Ginobili. And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Miami. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Norris Cole in for Mario Chalmers. Diaw down low. Battier on him. Leonard kicks to Ginobili. Just 5 to shoot. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Cole off the pick from Anderson. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got his first 2 points of the night.
Very positive opening quarter for them. The shots have been falling.
You know, the shooting percentage would be nice if it stayed right there, but that's going to be tough to do.
To stop the drought, and Parker with the basket on the assist by Ginobili. 6 points for Tony Parker.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you've got to continue to go to the well.
Here's Cole. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Here's LeBron. The rebound by the Spurs. Ginobili off a pick from Diaw. Ginobili the pass to Parker. Outside Leonard. Dishes it to Diaw. He feeds it to Ginobili. Releases from 15. Misses off the left iron. Well, Heat leading by 4. Anderson a screen on Ginobili. Passes it to LeBron. He dishes it to Cole. Battier right side. Miami needs to get a shot off. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Talking about Chris Anderson, guys, the Birdman. We weren't sure if he was going to be able to fly last season, but he did latch on with a very good Miami Heat team who was in need of some help rebounding, which is his strength. He still can do that and block shots as well.
And he can't get the first one. And the Birdman, a fan favorite from his days in Denver. The tattoos, his kinetic style of play, certainly drawing attention.
Well, he's an athletic presence inside at both ends of the floor. Defensively, he can slide his feet and block shots. And offensively, he's a guy who kind of hangs out on the weak side and finishes plays by catching and dunking. And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. Swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
Now getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
Well, when you have the best record in the league, you're going to be the most dominant, one of the most dominant teams at home. The Heat just destroyed people down in Miami, and only the Denver Nuggets had more wins at home than the Heat did.
Spurs trail by 6. And there's the pass to Parker. Ray Allen grabs the board.
Well, those chances are almost always 2 points for him. I guess the defense did what it had to do to bother him.
LeBron dishes to Cole. Pass to Allen. Shot clock at 6. Tries again, and LeBron with the layup. LeBron's got 9 points.
You got to put bodies on the glass right there. They just are not getting it done on the board.
Yeah, they've got to do a much better job of going harder than that to the glass.
Bellinelli off the pick from Ginobili. Here's Bellinelli, covered by LeBron. The baseline J. That's good. Ginobili's got his first points of the night. And how crazy is that from the Heat to win as many games as they did last season, but still be second in the league in home wins? Still, we're far and away number 1 at home in the East.
Well, yeah, the Knicks were the closest team in the East, but they still had 6 fewer wins at home than Miami. But the Heat really just did what they had to do to put themselves in position to go on to their second NBA title in a row. You know, it seems like when they've gone to him, he's really come through, and that's not something they should get away from.
Battier with the steal. Ginobili against Allen. It's back to Battier. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Parker fires. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Cole. Back to LeBron. The feed to Anderson. Kicks it out to Allen. A three-pointer is right on target. Allen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And that does it for the first quarter. Heat out front. They're up by 9. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
That's right, Clark. And the other thing we've seen is great work on the offensive glass. We're seeing second chance points for this club.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Gentlemen, there is no doubt that Tim Duncan is one of the all-time great NBA big men, but his celebrity has never matched his talent. His guarded personality may have something to do with that. Duncan said, quote, "I'm not an extrovert. People try to be bigger than the game, to make themselves an individual brand. I'm not that guy. I love playing basketball, and that's what I want to do. I don't need the extra stuff." Guys, knowledge of self, so important.
Sure is. Thanks, Doris. Here's LeBron after the made shot from Hazard. Here's Cole. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, what a series it was in the finals a year ago. Such great basketball. 2 teams that like to play up-tempo. And I'll tell you, the Spurs had Miami. They had the series in the bag. They were 1 play away from wrapping it up in Game 6. But the miracle comeback from the Heat that led to the Game 7 victory and another title for the Miami Heat.
Second free throw, no good. The part that was interesting because the games themselves weren't particularly close through the first half of the series, but things started to get really tight when they left San Antonio after Game 5.
How about that, Kevin? You talk about things tightening up. We had a game for the ages in Game 6. 28.6 seconds to go. The Spurs +5. Miami needed a miracle, and they found it in the form of timely three-point shooting and got some help from the San Antonio Spurs missing some free throws.
The Game 6 was about as intense an NBA game as you'll ever see.
Oh, it was off the chart. Absolutely fantastic.
And here is Ginobili following the 3 from Cole. Parker kicks to Bellinelli. And the basket good. Bellinelli's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Heat leading by 11. Haslam, a screen on Parker. Cole's shot is good.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, Clark. Their rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
Now here's LeBron. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Lock at 6. The 11-footer cannot hit. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Bellinelli off the pitch from Diaw. Bellinelli passes to Splitter. And Norris Cole's going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. The Spurs making a switch here. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with the age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And if you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
Duncan dishes to Parker. He kicks it to Splitter. Back to Parker. Just 4 to shoot. Good. Parker's got 10 points. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. And that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
Here is Parker. Ray Allen picking up that last basket. Parker double teamed. Got a piece of it. Here's Chalmers, and he banks in the layup. Chalmers has got his first basket.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Here's Bellinelli. Back to Parker. 6 on the shot clock. A shot. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Brink kicks to Duncan. Gets it to go. Duncan's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should really continue to work it down low, Clark. That's really going to free up the rest of their offense.
Allen for the 3. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers.
One of the great shooters in the history of the game. I mean, Ray Allen is just amazing with that deep range, incredible accuracy, and he can also put the ball on the deck a little bit once or twice, pull up jump shots, get to the foul line. Allen's just one of the most consistent scorers we've had in the game for a long time.
And he's rehearsed that motion for so long. It's automatic. I mean, it's something he can do in his sleep. He doesn't even think about the situation or the defender. He eyes his target and lets it fly.
The Spurs have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them. The free throw drops for Duncan.
Well, you talk about the sustained greatness for future Hall of Famer Tim Duncan. How about this number? 13. That's the number of consecutive seasons to begin his career in which Duncan was named All-NBA and All-Defensive Team. 6 more times than anyone else in league history. Enough said. End of story. First ballot Hall of Fame.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest seemed easy.
The Heat have shot 50% from the line today. 3 for 6. That free throw good from Allen. Going back to Duncan, probably more important to him than the individual accolades, Steve, have been the team successes. during his time in San Antonio.
No doubt. I mean, Duncan is just a winner. He's gone to the finals now 14 years apart. First in 99 and then again in 2013. Pretty remarkable.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And I love how he goes with that one-hand tomahawk slam. Beautiful.
Now here's Duncan. He's got 7. There's the 3. Here's Green, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
Chalmers passes to Allen. Feeds to Wade. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
You know, guys, I would call that methodical but explosive. You know, he waits for the opportunity and then boom, right to the rack. Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. You know, some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
Tony Parker is checked in for Bellinelli. And here comes the break. Wade, headed by Green. And then Wade slams it in.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Here's Green, the Heat getting the bucket. Back to Parker. He passes to Splitter. 4 on the shot clock. Chris Bosh with the rebound. Bosh has got 4 rebounds in this game. Hey, Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But, wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs. What a great little run he's on here in the quarter.
Chalmers dishes to Allen. Back to Chalmers. Haslam, a screen on Parker. Chalmers. Rebound by Parker.
Boy, he really bungled that finish.
Kicks it to Duncan. Outside, Green. Parker outside. Parker double teamed, and here's Green outside. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got his 3rd assist on the night. And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
And as you might expect for the team with the 2nd best record in the West, the Spurs dominated the East last season, played each team twice for a total of 30 games, and went 25-5 in that stretch.
Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Heat leading by 16. And Clark, back to what you said about the Spurs and the East, it was far and away the best record against the conference, Steve, for a team in the West.
Yeah, the 2nd best record was Memphis with 22 wins. So kind of scary to think that they rested their big stars a few times against teams in the East, and they were still able to put up that kind of a record.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
As you know, gentlemen, Greg Popovich is one of the foremost practitioners of the intentional fouling that sends poor free throw shooters to the line. Not exactly a fan favorite, and Pop says, quote, I think it's ugly, I think it's awful, but it's legal, it's there. If somebody doesn't want to get hacked, they should shoot free throws better. Guys, he's all about winning. Whether it's pretty or ugly, he doesn't care.
They wear you down, Doris. Thank you so much. First free throw is good.
A lot of people thought the East would be a cakewalk for Miami last year, but Indiana made sure that wasn't going to be the case. What a series with the Pacers using their size and strength to pound Miami down low, and eventually the Heat were able to pull it out, but boy, was that a tough series.
Chris Anderson has checked in for Ray Allen. Both free throws good from Wade. And just to touch back on the Eastern Conference Finals, went to a Game 7 where Miami ran away with the game. But, you know, Clark, if it weren't for the heroics of LeBron earlier in the series, it could have been the Pacers that took on San Antonio in the finals.
You know, I was thinking a little bit about two former ABA teams meeting in the NBA Finals, but the Heat managed to steal Game 1, and I thought that proved to be the difference in the end. That was a game the Pacers had and didn't squeeze. But the way these two teams are constructed, they should be seeing a lot more of each other in the near future. And I think that's great for the league because whenever they meet up in the regular season or the playoffs, this has always been a battle the last couple of years.
Nice rivalry developing between those two.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
A good one brewing there. I tell you, Tim Duncan turned back the clock last season, didn't he? One of his best in years, and one of his best seasons ever when it comes to blocking shots. For a guy who doesn't get a whole lot of elevation, it's his timing that allows him to be a shot blocker without bouncing real high.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 11. Duncan with the block. Parker with it. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Parker kicks to Duncan. Anderson with the block.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Wade outside. He's against Parker. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. You know, back to Duncan, Steve, you could make a credible argument that with the exception of Larry Bird, no player in NBA history has been more successful while blessed with fewer hops. I mean, I don't know if you'd say he's athletic.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's not real athletic, but, man, the skill, the savvy, just the incredible knowledge of the game. One of the great players of all time.
Just such a pro.
Yeah.
Just such a pro. Splitters checked in for San Antonio. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Wade seems to be slowing down just a touch, and the difficulty as you get older when you're not a great jump shooter, which Wade is not, is that the defenses will back off you. And that's the big challenge now for Dwayne Wade, adjusting to that newer style of defense that he's going to be looking at.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Green. 16 feet away. It's rebounded by Leonard. Spurs trail by 15. Leonard off the pick from Bonnie. Leonard the pass to Splitter. Leonard dishes to Parker. 6 to shoot, and it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way. And Steve, you go back to the strong output for Dwayne Wade last season for the 4th time. In his career, he averaged over 20 points and 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. Clark, one of only 4 players in the league last season to hit that mark.
And Kevin, he led all shooting guards and player efficiency rating for the 5th consecutive season. Some might argue, but the numbers speak truth. He's the best shooting guard in the game.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Ray Allen is checked in for Chris Bosh. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. The dish to Parker. Parker off the pick from Splitter. And Parker, here we go. He feeds it to Bonnie. Back to Parker. Passes it to Splitter. Rejected by Anderson. Wade against Parker. LeBron right side. That's good. LeBron's got 13. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Heat lead by 17. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Live from 2K Sports, it's the Monday night edition of the Halftime Report. Miami up on top against San Antonio. They haven't settled on tough shots. They're taking it strong inside. They're getting quality shots and a lot of quantity of those quality shots. For D. Wade, things are certainly going his way against San Antonio. High percentage looks in the first half. Amazing work from the field, shooting in the high 60s. That's big-time bucket buying. For the Spurs, though, they've looked out of sync. Hard to find a lot to like about their performance so far. They'll need to pay much better attention in the second half to the details. The details. Tony Parker's dishing it out, and the other team is taking it. He's got a dozen points, and he's had some good court vision, helping out in the assist department as well. Thanks so much for spending halftime with me. Now let's head on back out to Kevin and the gang.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Nice numbers from D. Wade. He has 15 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
Yeah, those are always easy points. I mean, when you can get to the line and knock them down, sometimes that's the difference in the game, Clark.
And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. Spurs trail by 17. Parker kicks to Duncan. To the paint. Leonard. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence. A very encouraging start to Leonard's career, Kevin. He's a tough defender, an excellent rebounder, and his offensive game expanded pretty quickly his rookie season as well.
I expect his offense to continue growing, too. His huge hands help him in that regard, Steve. Great nose for the ball, high rate of steals, an expert at stripping it away. Now here's Bosch. Shot clock at 6. The drive by LeBron. Leonard with the steal. And here we go. Pass to Parker. A fadeaway, and it's San Antonio with another. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Haslam a screen. Wade passes to LeBron. LeBron right side. Moves back up. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line. The Heat have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
And you look at the numbers from a year ago, guys, this is a club that hit about 75% of its free throws.
And he makes the first.
Well, really the heart and soul of this Miami team in a lot of ways, Udonis Haslam, born and raised in Miami. He's played his entire decade-long career with the Heat, and just a tough, hard-working guy and a locker room leader.
And back to Haslam, he helped lift the Florida Gators program back to prominence, took them all the way to the NCAA championship game, playing at center of all positions.
But was really heavy back then at Florida, and he had to lose a lot of weight before he was ready to play in the NBA. Went to Europe to play first. He's been the heart and soul of the Heat organization ever since.
They get it back. Out to Parker. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Duncan. What a terrific move that was. Duncan's got 11 points.
The second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts. While not as dominant on defense as they were a year before, the Heat still were tough at that end of the court. The thing is, you could see them turn it on and turn it off when they needed to defensively, so they always managed to get the key stops when they needed it.
And when you're coming off a title like the Heat are, there is, a natural tendency to cruise. But, Clark, you said this, and Steve, I'm sure you want to comment on it. They can turn it up in a hurry.
Well, there's just so much athleticism on this team that if they want to press you in the half court, they usually can force turnovers. And if not, they can also sit back and play a more straight-up defensive style and be very effective that way as well.
Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Much has been made about the show LeBron puts out during games, but he also puts on a spectacle in his pregame routine. Last season, he and others started pulling out all the stops and dunking in the pregame warm-up in an effort to break a sweat.
That's good. And that's 13 points for Tim Duncan.
A nice start to the second half. Just one miss in their first 5 attempts.
Haslam, a screen on Green. Right side Bosch. Shot from the wing. A rebound by the Spurs. And Clark, you mentioned the pregame dunks for LeBron. A devastating finisher. Some have asked why he's never competed in the All-Star Slam Dunk competition. In fact, I say that every Saturday night I'm sitting on that microphone. Why isn't LeBron in this competition?
Wouldn't it be nice? In fact, I think, didn't Magic Johnson even put up a $1 million incentive for him to compete? Yeah, it would be incredible to see him. I don't know. I think it's become almost a chore for players these days to enter, but it would be fantastic to see him out there.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
And it's Green missing.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
Shot's good by Bosch.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket would be lifted for him.
San Antonio calls timeout.
Well, coming off a title last year, you always wonder if a team will maybe relax a little bit. They usually won't admit to it, but Chris Bosh, everything said it at times that his team had a difficult time lighting that fire again.
The Spurs making a switch here. Honors checked in. Spurs trail by 14. Dishes it to Parker. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Parker's got 4 points this quarter. Go back to what Bosch said. I think that is true for every team, Clark, that comes off a championship, but they usually don't admit it like Bosch did.
Well, you know what? Once you've won it all, there is a bit of a relief and a little malaise that may settle over you, but I've always respected Bosch's candor. He's a guy who doesn't bite his tongue, and he articulates what he feels, and I think it's impressive that they fought back to the finals once more, because that shows they eventually did recapture that fire. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low.
Now, here's Chalmers. Back to LeBron. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Well, they already had him staggered, and now all of a sudden they're throwing some haymakers.
Spurs trail by 12. Outside, Green. He dishes it to Parker. The pass to Ginobili. Back to Parker. 5 on the clock. And Shane Battier gets the whistle. That's out. That's his first foul. San Antonio making a switch here. Here's Diaw. Pass to Parker. Clock at 6. Here's Bonner. Miami grabs the miss. Cole's got 3 rebounds now in this one. The feed now to LeBron. LeBron left side. Allen outside. Back to LeBron. And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltender.
Yeah, he went for a little extra on that one.
Well, he usually doesn't finish soft, obviously. You know, he can when necessary, sure, but not that time.
Not when he can throw it down like that.
And the Heat making a change here. Wade's checked in. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find some, you're right. Ginobili outside, to the middle, out to Parker. Parker with another miss.
I thought he'd make that one. And that's his range, and the defense nowhere to be seen.
Here's Battier. Good on the shot. Battier's got his first bucket of the night.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D have been equal parts outstanding.
Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. Ginobili dishes to Bonner. Back to Ginobili. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Shot to stop the drought. Bonner no good.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Wade kicks to Cole. Anderson, Heat moving the ball around. Cole, the pass to Anderson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
They've knocked down plenty of mid-range jumpers in this one. That's been big for them.
And they're attacking the gaps in the defense with their quick, aggressive drives into the paint area.
The first one falls.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Splitter is checked in for Matt Bonner. Duncan comes in for Boris Diaw. And it's Green in for Tony Parker. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Spurs trail by 18. Green kicks to Leonard. Ginobili outside. Feeds it to Duncan. Ginobili. And he's good on the 3 ball. Ginobili's got his second basket of the night.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Wade kicks to Cole. He passes it to Anderson. There's the dish to Wade. LeBron is checked in for the Heat. Shot from the inbound. Cole's shot is good. Cole's got 12 points in the game.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Ginobili misses. The Heat leading by 17. LeBron dishes to Wade. No luck. So the Spurs will take it the other way. LeBron can't get it to go. They set the screen. Ginobili attacking. Leonard the pass to Ginobili. Duncan. Ginobili sets a screen for Duncan. Shot clock at 6. They get it back. Hands it from short range. Duncan's got 6 in the quarter.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
LeBron James on the wing. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. And that's 21 points for LeBron. Spurs trail by 17. Outside, Green. Leonard. Charity stripe shot. Can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. That's doing some skyscraping.
We're talking about a point guard there, Kevin. He can really raise up.
Flashy pass, monster dunk, whatever it is. I mean, this guy's got the versatility to do it.
Now here's Green. He's got 10. Duncan kicks to Leonard. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, Kawhi Leonard taken 15th overall in the 2011 draft. And believe it or not, he's the Spurs' highest drafted rookie since they took Tim Duncan, #1 overall back in '97. It just shows you the legacy of the Spurs' success over the years.
And the first one at the line is good. And going back to Kawhi Leonard, he earned minutes in Coach Popovich's rotation from the first game on.
And part of the reason he did, he's got great versatility defensively primarily, but he's a quick learner, quick study, understands things, doesn't take long to pick things up. And when you're a first-year player, that can separate you from a lot of guys and get you in the rotation, especially with a veteran team like the Spurs.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, the more you watch Kawhi Leonard play, the more you realize that he is the perfect fit for the Spurs. I mean, he just looks like a Spur, and he's only been in the league a couple of years. Plays great defense, shoots from deep at a high rate, and really knows, accepts, and embraces his role on the team.
Now here's Ginobili. after LeBron James's miss. The Spurs have converted 7 of 11 free throw attempts up to this point in the game.
Well, this is a good free throw shooting team a year ago. They hit about 79% of their free throws as a unit.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. He makes 1 of 2 that time.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number 1, this game is out of hand.
Exactly. The score is right where you'd expect it to be, and the battle on the boards is that lopsided.
And back to Kawhi Leonard. Coach Popovich sees him as their defensive stopper on the wing. But not just that. He thinks he's going to be a star in so many ways.
Well, he could become the face of the franchise, Kevin, if you think about it, once Tim Duncan and Parker and Ginobili move on. But, you know, Popovich, not one prone to hyperbole, but he absolutely loves this kid.
And here is LeBron. Manu Ginobili getting his 3 to go. And that one's good.
Tell you what, LeBron can absolutely soar in for the finish. I remember last year, the alley-oop in the conference finals against Indiana just almost put his head on the rim.
Air freight is a nickname we could dub LeBron James. I mean, he's an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Defensively, the strength, length, mobility. He can wall you up and lock you down and put you away.
He kicks to Haslam. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Just when it looked like the third quarter was over, they go and do that. They pin 3 more points on the lead in the cruelest of fashions.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Heat out front, running away with it. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Here's Parker. Kicks it to Bellinelli. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Parker. Off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for San Antonio. Miami on defense. And Parker, here we go. Shot clock at 5. 11 feet away. And it's Haslam with the rebound. Haslam's got his 6th rebound on the night. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And the first one drops. And Miami making a change here. Battier's checked in. Both free throws good from Wade. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Here's Bellinelli. Wade is covering. Leonard, the open look. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Battier kicks to Bosch. Nifty move. Some solid defense from Thiago Splitter. And San Antonio shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Parker dishes to Splitter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, if you're going to learn from someone, you might as well take some lessons from Tim Duncan. That's what Thiago Splitter has done in San Antonio, really kind of growing up under the tutelage of one of the great players of all time.
First one falls for him. And Splitter taken 28th by the Spurs way back in the 2007 draft, but they had to wait 3 seasons for him to come over from Spain. And as Greg Popovich was saying just this past season, he's finally showing what he can do because he's been healthy.
Yeah, agreed, Kevin, and I think it was a wait worth making,
yes,
quite honestly. I mean, one of the premier backup centers in the NBA the last 3 seasons, and he earned himself a nice payday with his new contract, too.
And Bosch backs down with the fadeaway. That's blocked by Splitter. Bellinelli passes to Splitter. Here's Bellinelli, covered by LeBron. 6 to shoot. And Ginobili. Here we go. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. San Antonio making a switch here. Just 3 to shoot. Goes up off the inbound. And it comes off the front of the rim. Miami leading by 21. He feeds it to Battier. Passes it to Chalmers. It's rebounded by Splitter. Splitter's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Parker kicks to Duncan, tries from 10, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 6 assists now in the game. For Miami, they've gone 0 of 3 to start the 4th quarter. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Parker against Wade, and the call will be against Tony Parker. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
His 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Chris Bosh has checked in for Anderson, and it's LeBron in for Shane Battier. Now, here's Chalmers. Dishes to Haslam. LeBron, 5 to shoot. Took the opportunity when he saw it. LeBron's got 14 points now in the second half. Spurs trail by 21. Parker outside. Pass to Duncan. He dishes it to Splitter. Second chance shot, and Tim Duncan again. Duncan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
He's flipped the script here in this half, shooting a much higher percentage from the field.
Leonard against LeBron. Outside Bosh. Back to LeBron. Up and in on the way. LeBron's got 29. Spurs trail by 21. Parker with it. Now guarded by Mario Chalmers. Parker dishes to Duncan. Rejected by Hazel. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. The Heat leading by 21. Wade passes to Hazel. Out to Wade. The pass to LeBron. And a miss there on the triple. Spurs have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. Here's Leonard. No good from outside.
And his mechanics are just all out of whack now. He just has no feel for his shot.
Well, his numbers certainly back that fact up. I mean, he has gone ice cold here.
LeBron with the buckets.
He's been so reliable again today, Kevin. They need his points, and he's providing them.
Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And here's Splitter. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Ginobili. Ginobili off a pick from Splitter. Excellent use of the screen that time. And that's now 11 points for Manu Ginobili.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Now a timeout called by Miami.
On a per-minute basis, you know, Manu Ginobili continues to be one of the top shooting guards in the game. Of course, the Spurs have always limited his minutes to protect him from injury. Last year, 25 minutes a game is about what he played.
Outside Bosch. Right side Bosch. LeBron outside. Shot clock at 6. Sinks the three-pointer. LeBron's got 9 points in the quarter. And you mentioned injuries for Manu. He's had his share for his career. He's missed an average of about 15 games a season.
And Kevin, part of it is just the way he plays, just the attacking nature of his drives. He draws a lot of contact. And you look at his age, mid-30s. I mean, the Spurs want to keep him healthy, try to save him for the playoffs, so they try to limit his minutes and bring him off the bench.
Did not need 2 hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
I like it, Kev. Just switch it up.
Now here's Ginobili. Back to Parker. It's blocked. LeBron against Duncan. Pass to Chalmers. Haslam, a screen on Parker. Here's Chalmers, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
He had a whole lot of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, I don't think the defender did a good job there of getting over the top of the screen.
Now Ginobili. Back to Leonard. And there's the feed to Ginobili. To stop the run. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Manu Ginobili is really one of those electrifying all-around players. I mean, he's as fun to watch as any guy in the league. He scores, he defends, has a nose for the ball. He does everything, and usually he packs a bunch of production into short stints of playing time. He's now in his mid-30s. The question becomes for him is health. And how much longer can he go at the level he's played at throughout his career?
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Splitter. Diaw comes in for Tim Duncan. Bellinelli, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Tony Parker. And for Ginobili last season, his shooting percentages dipped just a little bit. Now 36 years old. He's, you know, breaking down, it seems like on a more regular basis. Is he starting to fade in your eyes?
Sure, he is, but he's still capable of playing out of his mind on any given night. I mean, and that's what you want from a guy like that at his age. You're not going to get it every night, but can he continue to help you win games? No question, Ginobili. He showed that last year.
Here's Ginobili. Ray Allen picking up that last basket. And good on the basket. Book it. Here's Cole. It's back to Battier. Feeds it to Anderson. Blocked. There's Bellinelli. There's the dish to Bonner. He kicks it to Bellinelli. Spurs passing it around. He passes to Bonner. Clock at 4. Pulls it up. And the jumper is on the mark. Here's Cole. On the wing, Battier. Kicks to Cole. 6 to shoot. Battier. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
You know, Shane Battier was such a great addition for this Heat team. Really a coach on the floor. And since they added him to the mix, guys, guess what? 2 straight championships.
And, Steve, you look at Shane Battier, his ability to cross-match and guard fours down low. Is one of the keys that enabled the Heat to go small, especially 2 years ago when they were in the finals.
Yeah, and in the regular season last year, it was very successful for Miami. That's why they shot those threes so well, because they had the floor spread. But Battier always willing to take on that challenge physically. The question, though, is when you go against a guy like David West or even Carlos Boozer, it gets tougher. And so in the playoffs, Miami has had to maybe go small a little bit less often.
He's a winner, though, isn't he?
No question.
Both free throws good from Battier.
Talk about the definition of a role player, guys. What the perfect role player should look like, I think it's Shane Battier. I mean, he's as good as it gets in that role. An elite defender, can guard anybody, and he can hit the three at a pretty good rate. Smart, good passer. Just the epitome of what you want in a role player.
Here's Haslam, takes it into the teeth of the D and converts the layup.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the whining now, Steve.
Joseph with the ball, now guarded by Cole. Poked away. 1:33 left to play in the final quarter. He feeds it to Allen. 5 on the clock. Passes to Cole. The offensive rebound. Anderson kicks to Cole. Back to Anderson. Anderson right side. Cole defended by Joseph. Second shot opportunity. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. And, you know, you talk about Battier, he knows how to play his role. He doesn't try to do too much.
Yeah, he's got a great basketball IQ, understands angles and percentages, and seems to be able to guard about 3 different positions, and a terrific weak side defender. He's always the guy there waiting to take a charge.
Here's Leonard after the made shot from Cole. Leonard attacking, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he knocks down the first one. Greg Oden, he's checked in for Udonis Haslem. Leonard hits them both. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Cole, defended by Joseph. Cole dishes to Allen. Shoots from the elbow. Cannot hit. Throws it from deep. And the miss. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, LeBron James.
If I take you there, would you believe in fairy tales? Oh, a place where no one feels the pain, living without suffering. Roads are paved by loving hands, energy from turning fans.
For their purchase. surely appreciate it. What you about to witness is my thoughts. Just my thoughts, man. Right or wrong, just what I was feeling at the time. You ever felt like this? Vibe with me. Walk with it. Spy with me. Yo, gather round, hustlers, that's if you're still living. And get on down to that old jig rhythm. Here's a couple of jewels to help you get through your bit in prison. A ribbon in the sky, keep your head high. Young Vito, voice of the young people. Mouthpiece for hustlers, I'm back. Your reign on the top was shorter than leprechauns. You can't with hope. I got great lawyers for cops, so dress warm. Charges don't stick to duties, Teflon. In jail like I'm right, said Fred. I'm not guilty, now give me back my bread. Mr. District Attorney, I'm not sure if they told you I'm on TV every day. With a that I go to plus, Ho don't run, Ho stand and fight. Ho's a soldier, Ho been fighting all his life. So, what could you do to me? It's not new to me, sue me. What's a couple dollars to me? But you will respect me, simple as that. Or I got no problem going back. I'm representing for the seat where Rosa Parks sat. Where Malcolm X, where Martin Luther was. So off we go, let the trumpets blow. And hold on, because the driver of the mission is a pro. The ruler's back. Yeah. Turn the music back. Well, in these times, well, at least to me, there's a lot of rappers out there trying to sound like Jay-Z. I help you out, here's what you do. You're gonna need a wide lens, cause that's a very big shoe. And you got a couple of beans and you don't have a clue. The situation is bleak. I'ma keep it real, cause with me, you gotta drop a mill, cause if you're gonna cop something, you gotta cop for real. Don't only talk it, walk like it. From the bricks to the booth, I can predict the future like Cleo the psychic. You can't date skills and wife it. And you can't sell me, we know the prices. So what your life is, we gon' roll till the wheels fall off. Check the tires, off we go. Let the trumpets blow, and hold on, because the driver of that Bentley is a pro. The ruler's back.